Hey, I'm Christina Arns. I'm with Manhattan Associates, in-house corporate graphic designer. I'm also on the board of AIGA, and we just reviewed the ad competition, right? And some of the things that we noticed is that I think that we all three kind of came up with the same finalists, and there's some that are pretty creative. Others they could be a little bit more creative.
Yes.
I guess that overall, I noticed that maybe they could work on some headlines. They picked up the elements that were required. I think about almost all of them did, but just working on the concept and the creativity and the strategy behind them to incorporate them into a nice composition was lacking on probably most.
Yeah,
the average or above average. So
yeah.
I think that's about it.
Great. I'm Vincent Scatliff. I am the Communications Director / Graphic Designer for Peace Baptist Church. One of the things that I noticed in some of the submissions that I've seen is there's a lack of creative push. I think if I could suggest something, I would suggest really some hard thinking outside of the box. There was a lot of safe entries, so really being able to not be so safe, but to really push themselves and to really think outside of what they were initially going to go with. That was one of the things that I really saw across the board that I would suggest to really work on and push.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I guess they stole all the thunder, so what am I left to say? I definitely agree with everyone here. Again, to sum it up, headlines are really key. Explore with phrases. Think about cliches. That tends to help a lot. Maybe try to find some books on creative writing or creative advertising writing that may be out there. And then also really understand the parts of advertisements. I think on the PIAG website, on the Skills USA, we actually have a PDF available that really breaks down sort of the parts of ads. But then also, I think what's really important is to seek other sources. Maybe go to Borders, Barnes and Nobles, and actually pick up maybe a copy of like Advertisements Today, or get some design annuals, and then look at the advertisements and sort of dissect what makes this ad really great. Was it the thinking, the concept? How does it relate and connect to the user? What is it that they're trying to sell, promote, or advertise? And how does the product shot, the illustration, the typography, type choice, the emotion, how does it all connect together? How does it resonate? So that's what's really important about advertisements, is that you really want to capture the user's attention, their imagination, whether it's to provoke, whether it is for to purchase a product or to engage with a service. So, I mean, as designers and as communicators, we have to think about those things. So it's great to see that the students are exploring a lot more with the visual elements. They really grasp a handle of that. I think they really grasp a handle of the tools, but I think what's really important is the thinking behind it and concepting, and really pushing the design elements, as you guys said, a lot further than the given elements.
What I also want to say, going to like a bookstore and picking up one of those magazines that highlights the best of advertisements of the year or whatever, that really gives them a good idea, because I don't think that necessarily going and picking up any magazine like Vogue or whatever the magazine is, or even Cosmo, whatever it is, doesn't necessarily mean that the ad that is in that magazine is a good ad.
I totally agree.
That's true.
Some of the ads that we've seen there are elements that